Well, we couldn't resist. We had to get back on Colonial ground. Well, welcome back to Finding America. And after our last hunt, Chris and I were in total agreement. We just had to get back on that Colonial ground. And we found so much during the last hunt, and I have to tell you, this time was no exception. Not only were some great finds made during this hunt, but I'm also going to be doing something a little bit different in this video, and I hope you like it. As some of you may know, we've hunted this place for a very long time, and I really wanted to find a way to share some of the amazing finds that we've made in the past with you. So I'm going to be mixing in some of the finds and some photos of the finds that we've made in the past, long before I started doing YouTube. So once again during this hunt, Chris is using his Garrett AT MAX and the small 5x8 coil, and I'm using the Equinox 800 and the small 6-inch coil that was sent for me to test by Calico. And if you're at all interested in any of the equipment we use in our hunts, you can find links down below in the video description. That'll take you to the Calico website, and you can find more information there, or you can purchase. Oh, and if you use our sales code, FAUSA, at checkout, you'll save 10% on your order. And not only will you save yourself some money, but you'll also be helping to support Finding America. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the video. So, Chris and I are here bright and early, and we're basically starting off exactly where we left off last time. And I got a nice little choppy signal. It was 9 to 13, and check it out, another awesome hand-forged iron artifact. Some kind of a spike. I'm kind of thinking it might have been a punch, but it's pretty cool. Very old. Well, I got a nice target. I was getting a 13 only one way, and I kind of like those. They tend to be good things out here. It's usually maybe a button on its side or something, but I dug down about 3-4 inches, and check it out. There you go. Start the day off with a flatty. And this one is really green. Look at that. That is really nice. And the shank, that's pushed down, but there you go. I'll clean it up, see if there's anything on it, but that's what we're looking for. Well, I've taken a look at her, and she appears to be plain and without a back mark. So that is going to be 1700s to 1810. And that'll put this one right around the beginnings of this site. So, very happy with that find. Well, it looks like it's Chris's turn. He said he popped a button.
Got a button.
Cool. Let me get down here.
Big old shank on it.
He just popped the dirt, and there's that.
I couldn't believe the signal. I must have walked over the spot a million times.
That's crazy. Go ahead and pluck it. Wow.
I think it's just a...
another plain one?
Yeah.
Let's see if it's got a back mark. Yeah, it's a little muddy. It's hard to get off. Yeah, it looks like it does.
Yeah, there might be something on there.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big shank on it.
Yeah, probably 1810, 1840. That's got gold gilt.
Yeah, it's got some gilt showing through.
Yep. Well,
cool.
Get that cleaned up and give you a better look at it. Hey, man, we're both on the board with a button early.
I'll take it.
Well, next signal, I was getting a nice 13 repeatable, and about 6 inches down, I got a nice little pistol ball. Look at that. Very nice. And I tell you what, I had been running sensitivity at 23, but it was running so smoothly, I thought, let me go ahead and max it out to 25. And right after I did that, I got this, and I've just been over this area. So that may have helped, I don't know. Or I just came at it from a different angle this time. But I am going to keep it at 25. It's running smooth as silk. So we'll punch as deep as we can. Well, this is the hole that the pistol ball came out of, and I checked it before I had it on, and there was still stuff in the hole. And I got this iron ring. And I also got a furniture tack, or upholstery tack. It's like the third one I found here. I haven't been filming because it's no big deal, but kind of cool that it was in the hole with the pistol ball and the iron ring. And you can be sure I'm going to check that hole before I move on. Well, same hole, guys. I kid you not. I really didn't get anything with the detector, but I stuck my pinpointer in just in case it was too deep, and I got a little hit, and I widened the hole and went deeper down, and check out what else was down there. I don't know if you guys recognize this, but this is the handle for a candlestick. Although it's a really small one, I would have trouble carrying this one around. But look at that. Beautiful piece. Nice patina and everything. So, very cool. And needless to say, yes, I'll be checking the hole again before I move on. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris made a really cool find, and one thing came to my mind when I first saw it, but let's give you a look at it.
That thing is heavy duty, man.
Yeah. No, it's hollow at this end.
Yeah.
It would have gone on a pole or shaft, but first thing that came out of my mouth was pike, like a Civil War pike, but I'm not sure.
We're not. Yeah.
There's definitely two pieces that came off here.
It would have looked like kind of like that, I guess.
Almost like a trident, you know. But boy, it's definitely heavy forged iron. I don't know. It's just the angle's a little weird for a pitchfork.
Yeah, it'd be too short.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The only other thing I can think of is a frog gigger, but that looks too wide for that even.
Yeah, and they usually have 2 points at the top for a gig.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's pretty cool. We're going to have to do some research on it, but I'll tell you what, you never know what you missed the last time you were here. Because it's like, that's huge, man.
Cool.
But what a cool find. Really like it. And do some research, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't care what it is. It's cool.
Yeah, you imagine that wood sticking out. That would hurt, man.
Yeah, that would stick you. We thought it might be Templar, but we found them on the internet. It's not Templar.
Yeah. Check the Oak Island website.
Well, if only.
What do you think that weighs? A couple of pounds, maybe, or more?
Yeah, it's about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2. Yep, pretty cool, man.
Neat.
Well, I made a very nice find. It's getting about 17. It was kind of bouncing kind of high, but I had to go very deep, as you can see. Probably looking at about almost 10 inches. And check out what I got. I really like this. This is a Colonial fork. It's a 2-tine fork. And this would have been where the bone handle was. But check that out. You can see the 2 tines at the end. But that is a very cool piece. I'm very happy to have that. So now we found spoons, knives, and now forks here. Very, very cool. Well, one question we always get about this site is, have you found any coins on it? And we actually have. And as a matter of fact, the second signal I ever dug on this site turned out to be a very rare coin. Well, that bust dime gave me a nickel signal. And I tell you, when I saw it in the dirt, I was a bit confused. Here I had an 1829 bust dime in my hand, and it wasn't silver. So after a bit of research, I started to think that maybe this was an early counterfeit coin. So I did some more searching, and I found an expert numismatist that lived in California. And not only was he an expert in written books on bust dimes, but he was also an expert in early counterfeit coins and was currently working on a book on them. So after I sent the coin to him, he did a metallurgical analysis on it, and I ended up finding out that the coin was made of tin. And believe it or not, it was one of only 24 counterfeit bust dimes on the registry. Well, Chris has actually found most of the coins at this site. Now, he's found 3 coins, and each one of them was a bucket lister for him. Alright, well, I changed things up even a little bit more. I kept sensitivity at 25, but I decided to go over into field 1 and play with that. And I'll tell you what, my first signal was a banging 14. And it took me a little while to find it because it was a small one. But check out this flat button. It actually has a back mark on the back. It says treble. And then on the bottom, it says London. So this was an imported button like most of them were back then. We have found some American buttons out here from Massachusetts and some New England states, but not too many. And it appears to be plain on the other side. Well, I tell you what, I'm really starting to love this Field 1 program. Chris is like, I bet you are. Man, check it out. I got a 19. It just banged it. He was like, ooh, dig me. And check it out. Now, we took a look at it and rubbed it off a little bit. But look at that, it's a nice size, about like a nickel. But check it out on the back. Another 1810 to 1840. But it says London on the top and gilt on the bottom. So another London button, and it may have some sort of fleur-de-lis in the center, some kind of design. Very happy with that. Great button. Probably about 7-8 inches down. Well, speaking of buttons, I thought I'd show you some of the buttons we found at this site over the past 2 years. Oh my gosh. Well, Chris just looked at me and he had
giggling.
He had an eaten grin on his face. Oh my. Okay, we're not going to say anything. We're going to bring you in on this. You may remember what I got all excited about last week, but he found one that's even better. What'd you get, Chris?
It's a pocket knife.
Oh my gosh.
A Colonial pocket knife.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the freaking diamond pattern on that.
Oh, it's beautiful. It looks like a pine cone. And a single blade.
No, both sides.
And the bone goes all the way to the end. There's no bolsters. It's missing just a little bit right here.
Yeah.
And it's a single blade knife. And look at that beauty. I mean to tell you.
I was not expecting that at all.
Oh, I thought mine was cool. This is way cool. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And believe it or not, it is about 25 feet from where I dug mine last weekend.
This must have been the pocket knife pass.
I told him, I said, I think this is a hot spot. We need to buckle down. And hopefully I'll get a buckle. Down on the ground. Skipping the bad puns, but check that out. That is so beautiful. And both sides.
Yeah, it's on both sides.
I mean, both sides are there.
Yeah.
It's so rare to find them like this. Another bone-handled pocket knife, and this time with a beautiful hand-carved diamond pattern. Well, dude.
That's probably one of the coolest pocket knives I've ever found.
It is the coolest pocket knife you ever found.
I don't know, you haven't seen them.
Oh yeah, I have. I don't care. This is definitely the oldest.
Yeah.
All right, man. Huge congrats.
Cool.
Ooh. But you know what's amazing? He's hunting this little hillside here, and in the past, when I first hunted this hillside, I think I pulled like 30 or 40 buttons right on this ridge that he's going up now.
I got a bunch here too.
Yeah, he came in and found a bunch too. So there's probably 50 buttons that just came out of this one little ridge. And he has a great button, and it's about the size of a quarter.
That's the biggest one I've gotten out here in a while.
Yeah, boy.
Another one with shank on it.
It's funny, we haven't found any tombacks yet.
Nope.
Yep. It's another plain one, but that's going to be a coat button or jacket. So that's awesome, man.
I like it.
I like it too.
I'll dig those all day. I think I said that before, but I will.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Chris got some interesting things out of this hole.
Another one of those holes with a bunch of extras in it.
Yeah, I see. Oh yeah.
Part of a
Colonial butter knife.
Yeah. Not as pretty as the other ones we've been finding, but look at that pottery that came out here. This part's split.
Yeah.
But it fit back on there.
Yep. That's the porcelain. That's beautiful. Imagine
what that looked like whole, you know?
Yep. Well, I found something very cool. I was not expecting it. I was getting a 2021 signal, about 6 inches down. Check that out. I thought for sure there was going to be something on it, so I kind of looked real quick. But look at the hole on top. It is so, well, it's almost worn through, but the hole was real off center. I mean, it just screams handmade. I just wish I knew what it was. Kind of looks like a zipper pull. But very, very cool item. I wish I knew what they used this for. Well, this one was ringing up 16, 17. Had to go down about 7-8 inches, but check it out. I'm sure a lot of you will recognize what this is. If you don't, this is a Parasol slide for a lady's umbrella back in the day. And Chris up next. Oh yeah, see it?
A little buckle.
Dang, that one's really nice.
Look at those things.
All complete.
Yep. That's
Very
old.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely old. Well, everything we've been digging is definitely old.
Yeah.
I've actually found some things that you don't normally find on such an early site, and that's jewelry. And what I'm going to show to you next is a very unusual ring that I hope to have restored one day. But probably my favorite finds I made at this site were a gold washed brooch and pin that were found in the same hole. I have to say, I was so shocked when these came out of the ground. Well, I have some amazing historical photos from our country's great past coming up in just a couple seconds, so I hope you'll stick around for those. And remember, it's history that makes that find a treasure. And I cannot wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.